Hey, what's up YouTube, it's Story of Sam and welcome back to a brand new NBA video today here on the channel. And today I'm going to be discussing why I think Joel Embiid is going to win the 2022 NBA MVP. If you guys are brand new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. And of course guys, make sure to drop a like on today's video. That would be great. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So I made a video like this last year predicting the 2021 NBA MVP, and unfortunately I did not get that right. I thought Luka Doncic was going to win the 2021 MVP, but of course it ended up being Nikola Jokic. Now, I really do think Joel Embiid's going to win the MVP this year because when Embiid was healthy last year, he was the MVP frontrunner. He was playing the best basketball of his career, not even a question. He was averaging 28.5 points a game, 11 rebounds, and he also shot 51% from the field and 38% from three. Joel Embiid was just completely dominant on both ends of the floor. And once again, I think Embiid would have won the MVP if he stayed healthy. So I really want to look at some other MVP candidates and explain why they won't win the MVP and why Joel Embiid will. First of all, I'm going to rule off any Laker or Net. So no LeBron James, no Anthony Davis, no Russell Westbrook. None of those guys are going to win MVP. And same thing with the Brooklyn Nets. Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. None of those players will win MVP in my opinion. Just because when you have three great players on one team like the Lakers and Nets do, it makes it extremely hard for one of those players to win MVP. They are all going to be competing against each other, and I assume both those teams will rest their players a decent amount. Now, Giannis Antetokounmpo has a great case to win a third MVP. I think he should be one of the favorites this year, but I do not think Giannis will win because when you've already won two MVPs, even though he didn't win last year, I feel like that kind of lowers his chances to win a third MVP. They want to give it to new players, and I think Joel Embiid is in a perfect position to win an MVP this season. Giannis could definitely win the MVP though, I just don't see it happening. I think Joel Embiid could potentially lead the Philadelphia 76ers to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference once again. Now, the chances of that happening are pretty low, but as long as the Philadelphia 76ers are a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference, I think Joel Embiid has a great chance to win MVP, because when I picked Luka Doncic to win the MVP last year, the one thing I was kind of overrating, I was overrating the Dallas Mavericks as a team, and even though they were the 5 seed, they were tied for the 7 seed, so the Dallas Mavericks as a team weren't the best. Team success is extremely important to winning an MVP, and it's very clear why Nikola Jokic won the MVP. He averaged almost a triple-double. The Denver Nuggets were the 3rd seed in the Western Conference, and Jamal Murray missed a ton of games late in the season, so Nikola Jokic really did have to carry that Denver Nuggets team last year. And another thing that really helped out Nikola Jokic, he played all 72 games. So when you play all 72 games, lead your team to the 3rd seed without your second best player, an MVP is most likely coming your way. I think Jokic was in 3rd place for MVP in the beginning of this season. When everybody was healthy, I think Joel Embiid was the #1 MVP candidate and LeBron James was #2. But once LeBron James and Joel Embiid both got hurt and Jokic played every single game, he was clearly the MVP frontrunner after that. One of the things that really impressed me about Joel Embiid's season last year, he was able to average 28.5 points a game, 11 rebounds on great efficiency while only playing 31 minutes a game. If Joel Embiid played 36 minutes a night last season, he would have averaged 33 points a game and 12 rebounds. Literally, the only concern I have about picking Joel Embiid for MVP next season is his injury history. We all know Joel Embiid is known for getting injured. That is why he didn't win the MVP last year. But in my opinion, if Joel Embiid can play like 70, 75 games, maybe even 65 games, that gives him a good shot to win an MVP. Last NBA season, Joel Embiid shot 10.7 free throws a game. That was certainly amongst the top of the NBA, and he also made 86% of those, so he's one of the best free throw shooting big men in the game. And last year, Joel Embiid made a huge leap. In the 2020 season, Joel Embiid averaged 23 points a game. In the 2021 season, again, he increased that by 5.5 points a game. It just seemed like he was a lot more aggressive this year. He was inserting himself a lot more into the offense. Joel Embiid had some really amazing games during the 2021 season. One that really sticks out to me was the 50-point game versus the Chicago Bulls, dropping 50 points on 17 of 26 from the field, 15 of 17 from the line. That is just unbelievable. He became a much better passer out of the double team, and he was averaging over 30 points a game for a majority of the season until he came back from injury, had a couple down games, and that dropped his average back down to 28.5. But still, Joel Embiid was dropping 30 points on almost every night, having a bunch of 20 and 10 games at halftime, dominating both sides of the floor, giving it his all and being the clear reason why the Philadelphia 76ers were the the 1 seed last year. And if Ben Simmons happens to get traded, that would open up the floor even more for Joel Embiid, because the Philadelphia 76ers already have great shooters in Seth Curry, Danny Green, Tobias Harris, Furkan Korkmaz. So if they bring in a point guard that can shoot threes at a decent level, that's going to open up Joel Embiid's game even more. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video on why Joel Embiid will win the 2021 NBA MVP. Make sure to drop a comment down below. Who do you think is going to win the MVP and why? And I'll make sure to get back to you. And if you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. And of course guys, make sure to drop a like on today's video. That would be great. And if you guys do want to watch more of my NBA videos, I'm going to leave an end screen right when this video finishes to 2 of my previous uploads that I think you guys would really enjoy. So have a great rest of your day guys. It's been Story of Sam, and I'm out. Peace.